been a week since a 15-year-old sophomore gunman opened fire inside Oxford High School out there in Michigan. Well, this morning we are learning new details that the Oxford Community School District is turning down an offer by the state's top prosecutor to conduct a review of what led up to the mass shooting. Instead, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel says the district is choosing a private security firm. So I do want to bring in Fox 2 Detroit's Robin Murdoch. She is out there in Michigan with the very latest on this story. Good morning to you, Robin. What can you tell us? Hard to believe it has already been a week since this situation happened.
Yeah, this is certainly going to be a very difficult day for a lot of people, just kind of rehashing what happened exactly a week ago. As you mentioned, that is when 4 students were killed, 7 others were injured in this mass shooting over at Oxford High School. Now, I can tell you that over the weekend, the superintendent of Oxford schools, he did come out and say that they would be bringing in a third party to investigate the events leading up to that deadly shooting. Almost immediately, the state attorney general said, hey, I can help you guys out. We have the resources to help with that investigation. Well, overnight, we just learned that the Oxford School District, they will be going in a different direction. They are instead going to go with a private security firm. As you mentioned, the attorney general, she is obviously not happy with this decision. She was really looking forward to being able to look into exactly what happened, but also going further, looking into the various policies and procedures and seeing if anything needed to be changed to protect Michigan students in the future. The Attorney General, though, did say that she will continue to support an ongoing criminal investigation into the matter. So she is still staying very close to the situation, that is for sure, Regina.
Yeah, and I think, Robin, like we have been talking about ever since we heard from the prosecutor, I mean, there was a lot of disturbing details that were read last Friday. The fact that the parents were notified, the drawings that were found. So the fact that this was turned down, how does the community feel about this decision?
This just came out overnight. The Attorney General, she started tweeting about this, just before midnight, I think, is when she started giving a response after learning exactly what the Oxford schools were planning to do. So we have not been able to get reaction as of yet, but a lot of people, they will certainly be waking up. They will be learning this. And you can imagine that perhaps some people may be upset with this. They would have liked to have, the state of Michigan further investigating this instead of some private firm. But of course, that was the Oxford School's decision. So we'll just have to wait and see what the findings of that investigation are and see if it does bring anything to light concerning all of this.
Absolutely, and we'll definitely keep up with you and your team for any reaction to that. Robin, I do want to ask you, do we have any updates? Yesterday, we learned of a possible person of interest being interviewed by the Oakland County Sheriff's Office because they allegedly may or may not have helped the Crumbleys hide from authorities following the announcement of their charges. So what do we know about yesterday's interview?
Well, I know, this interview happened right around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Investigators with the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, they ended up interviewing a 65-year-old artist who is a family friend of Jennifer and James Crumbley. So they are the parents of the alleged 15-year-old shooter in this case. And as you know, over the weekend, the Crumbleys, they were found hiding out in a warehouse on Detroit's east side. And it is believed that the artist, that 65-year-old artist, actually helped the Crumbleys hide out. So that is why investigators wanted to talk to them yesterday. And they spent a good 2 hours talking to them about what they knew or what he knew and when he knew it. This artist, though, he says that he had no idea that they were wanted by police. He had no idea that they were on the run. He was simply trying to help some of his friends who had been receiving death threats. He wanted to give them a safe place to go. So again, it was a 2-hour interview. From what we understand, investigators ended up going to his home afterwards with a search warrant, and they ended up taking away some phones as well as some tablets that they will be looking over for further evidence in this situation. And then the end result, a report will be sent to the prosecutor's office, and they will decide whether formal charges should happen here against this artist. So this is another situation that is continuing to develop that we will keep an eye on throughout today and throughout the week.
Yeah, and Robin, we really thank you and your entire team for all of your coverage and helping our viewers stay up to speed for the last week. As you mentioned, today is probably going to be a very emotional day and the weeks and months to come. So you have a great rest of your day, and we'll continue to touch base with your team. Thanks so much, Robin.
Thank you, Regina. Have a good day.
You as well. All right, everybody, a positive update to bring you out of Oxford, Michigan this morning. However, as you know, unfortunately, 4 students did lose their lives and others were also shot and injured as well. Well, we do have an update that one of them was able to go home, and we're learning some of the details of what actually happened to this student right here, 14-year-old Phoebe Arthur. She was critically injured after being shot in the neck and chest and spent several days on a ventilator. Incredibly, she's now out of the hospital. According to a GoFundMe page, a friend put compressions on Phoebe's wounds to stop the bleeding until paramedics arrived, likely saving her life. She has a long road to recovery. The GoFundMe page will help cover her medical bills, and it is already at nearly $77,000. Right now, we're told there's still 1 shooting victim hospitalized. So a week later, almost all of the shooting victims that were injured were able to go home. Again, 1 left in the hospital, and we will continue to bring you updates and any new developments when it comes to this ongoing investigation, how the community and the victims are coping with this trauma, and when they could possibly return back to the classrooms. A soft return was announced over the weekend. Some of you are going to see a quick 2-minute commercial break. We'll be right back.